it says on OBS we're live. If there is a delay in this archive, I do apologize. Sometimes that happens. But welcome to episode 22 of Kontrolled Khaos. We're joined by Red Alexander.
Hello.
Noble. Also Goblin Noble.
No, that was more like fucking Zoidberg when he whoops out of the room.
Well, I did say he could have the Goblin voice in this one
He's talking
video.
about the anti-noble personality.
Yes. I did say he could have this. There we go.
It's just Cookie Monster. That's all it is.
Instead of the ad goblin, we have the anti-noble.
I wish we had an ad goblin.
And we also have Chris Swan.
Of course I'm here.
You're always here. Do you live here?
Yeah.
Testing.
That's what they tell me at my store, too.
I can imagine. I got that a lot when I ran the IT business, so yeah, it was fun. So,
if only we had ads for the anti-noble.
Audio's all good. I just checked it.
Awesome.
Oh,
all I'm saying is I just need a version of me with just a goatee, and you'll have the anti-noble.
Maybe in a
Dragon,
future commission.
Man, how's it going? I see him in the chat, y'all.
Awesome, awesome. Welcome, Dragon, to the chat.
All right, what are our topics today? What's the first topic today?
Well,
dying dragons. That is our first topic. Dragons that are dying.
Yeah.
He's
so
fucking
unfortunately, Dragon is sick, is why he's not in this one. So send him your well wishes.
Well, I'm glad that you're, interacting in the chat. We need someone in there.
Yeah, we do. We really do. So I think the first topic.
Sometimes we get a good amount.
I think the first topic, and this one's from Noble, I believe. Elon Musk becoming a real-life Lex Luthor.
Say it one more time.
Elon Musk becoming a real-life Lex Luthor.
Oh my god! I never
so much truth to that. Literally, he's creating flamethrowers. I mean, he's launching cars into the satellite of Mars. I mean, what more do you want?
Well, hold on. That's fucking amazing. I'm glad I didn't read the topics until now because that caught me off guard, and you are absolutely right.
Right?
Amazing. Like, when you're just that goddamn rich. Oh,
that is the epitome of fuck me money.
I want that. See, like
and I think he might be running for president too.
If I had money, like it wouldn't.
I'd
be
vote
like,
for him.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Well, first of all, fuck yeah. Are you kidding me? Second of all, please, Elon Musk, run for president.
He does need to shave his head, though.
As long as we get a flamethrower in every house. We need a flamethrower in every house.
A flamethrower for every house.
Hi.
A flamethrower made by The Boring Company. The Boring Flamethrower.
Some households don't need a flamethrower, though.
Is that your brother?
Most likely.
Yep. The Aaron Swan 669.
Oh, fucking. God bless. How's it going, sir? Nice to meet you.
I think everybody in... Hey, Thurman, I'm showing your comment. I don't know why it flagged as inappropriate. You can call us bitches all you want.
Because it's Thurman.
Everything that comes from Thurman's mouth is inappropriate.
Oh,
this
wow.
is true.
Thurman, I swear to God, if you're watching the live stream while you're at your job, I'm going to slap you.
It's going well.
Kudos to you, young man. Kudos to you.
It's going well, Aaron Swan.
But yeah, so moving on to, Elon Musk, real-life Lex Luthor. That is an interesting point.
Apparently, Thurman's on lunch right now.
All right, cool. But continuing with the topic, though, did you want to say anything about that, Noble? Because you brought it up.
Yes. Okay, so he has slowly been taking over the private sector. Literally, he's got his hands in everything. I mean, granted, he hasn't shown his true evil intent yet, but my money is on him becoming evil, taking over the world, or at least America.
Why has it got to be evil? Why can't he be a good rich guy? I know it's real rare, but like...
Lex Luthor.
Well, if I was to win the Powerball, you'd have a good rich guy.
Well, you say that until you become
debatable.
Rich. Everyone says they're going to be a good rich guy.
Not me. Yeah. I'll be a terrible rich guy. You don't want me rich.
Noble knows. Noble knows immediately.
No, Noble, you don't have our vote. For anything.
Dude, Elon Musk as a president would be pretty fucking great.
It really would. I never thought of that until he actually sent that in as an idea. I'm
Is
like,
that
holy...
real? Is he actually considering running?
That's what I've been hearing. That's what I've been reading. We'll see.
Thurman, not everyone is uncultured like you. We talk about actual like things happening in the world, and we don't just sit around like fucking whatever the fuck you do.
One day I just wanted to have fuck you money. Just fuck you money. Yeah. I want to launch a car into space because fuck it. That's why.
David, can you diss Thurman for dissing on the topic right now? He's dissing on the topic.
Hey, Thurman, sit your uncultured ass down, eat your whatever fucking lunch you have, and
So I got a question.
Yes, Swan?
Who's Elon Musk?
Boo!
Hey.
Boo, Swan. Uncultured, redneck motherfucker.
Oh, fuck!
No, just because I live in the middle of nowhere and I have like a few acres of my own land.
But anyway, Elon Musk.
I'm in the same boat as you, Swanee. Don't worry.
Owns Tesla Motors. You know, owns the boring company that was selling those $500 flamethrowers I was actually thinking of buying when I got my tax return.
Just to clarify as well, it's a guy that has enough money to basically, like, when NASA didn't get enough funding from the government, he's like, no problem, NASA, I got it, I'll send people to Mars. Like, that's how much money he has. He's working on a Mars mission.
So, yeah. He is not...
SpaceX.
He is our new overlord.
Yeah, and, well, he sounds like he's a lot better than Jeff Bezos.
Ugh.
Jeff Bezos,
not far much.
Amazon,
I mean,
apparently
really,
fucking psychopath who's just like a megalomaniac, and he like workers like trash.
Hey, Amazon, it's okay. You can sponsor us.
Well, no, hold on. I love Amazon Prime member, but goddamn, is it not destroying our country? It is. What was the?
We didn't need brick and mortar stores anyways. It's cool.
Hey, Thurman.
This is a good topic. What are you talking about, man?
Not everything has to be anime or gaming or comic or all that. Hey,
technically, if Elon Musk becomes Lex Luthor, I will draw his comics.
But no, but I guess what I wanted to bring up as well is that like Jeff Bezos is like
enjoy that time out, Thurman.
What's up? I've heard about how Jeff Bezos. Boy, did you guys hear about the Amazon? This is a fun thing I actually want to talk about. Amazon put out a patent for a wristband. Remember I showed you this video, David? Remember this video?
Oh, yeah.
It's a wristband that the employees would wear that vibrates when they make a wrong turn or something. Like they're like treating them like animals.
Now, I want to clarify for those who ever want to come in the chat. The only reason we mute Thurman is because that's like our little bit of a gag. We always troll Thurman.
Thurman just private messaged me on Facebook and said, LMFAO, tell David he hurt.
No, not really.
Yeah, no, Thurman
is a
punching bag. We know him in real life, but here's the problem with Thurman.
He's an uncultured swine.
Never more than right now has he proved that he is real uncultured. Like he's gonna legitimately get like fucking triggered that we're talking about actual like shit. Fucking for real, dude. Come on.
Red, actually, to elaborate a little bit on that Amazon thing, have you seen how big those fucking warehouses are?
That's fair, and I guess it comes off as just kind of creepy.
Dude, I would want something that would tell me, hey, you're making a wrong turn. Oh, fair. Noble, I'm gonna go ahead and cook. No, Noble, don't sit there and light the thing on fire. That's a wrong turn. Vibrate, vibrate, vibrate. No, don't do it.
So, but here's
so
my
if they're treating us like animals now, how long is it gonna be till we start getting numbers break?
Yeah,
bingo.
Like, it takes a step towards kind of
barcode tattoos. They're the new thing.
But what were you saying?
Elon Musk supports them.
Go ahead, David. You were about to say something.
Here's the actual, and you showed me that video, Red, and it kind of made me wonder how sensitive is it? If you have to blow your nose, is it going to send a vibration? If you go to the bathroom, is it going to send a vibration? If I'm
fairly confident it's GPS tracked.
To work harder.
How sensitive is this machine that they want on there? Right. I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but that's it's a step in the fucking, the direction of, like, complete and utter control and obedience.
Oh, and plus, and this should be obvious, but I didn't mention, it tracks your movements. It knows exactly where you are. There's GPS in it, so it knows where you are at all times. It tracks you. It tells you what to do. It's just a little weird. I get it's helpful, but like it's stepping towards Orwellian shit.
Thank you.
There's a book.
So like, how long before we start living in farms then?
Promised Neverland.
See, y'all are looking at the negative sides and not the positives. I mean, if you think about it, it's also a way that they can say, hey, we saw you excelling in hitting all of your targets without having to necessarily have the vibration going off. You know this area well. We want to make you become a trainer so you can show other people so we can, perform our stuff more efficiently and get more done.
Yeah, but if we focus on the positives, which is what they're already focusing on, what are we going to haven't already said?
Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I guess here's the thing, right, Noble? And I'm sure you're smart enough to know this, because you're a smart guy. Fucking when it comes to changes like these, they implement them slowly so we don't notice how weird they are, right? But so like if you went back like 50 years and then jumped to now, the amount of like differences when it comes to how much privacy we have, how little privacy we have.
Yeah, I was gonna say how much or what fucking privacy
would be jarring, right? Like the difference would be jarring if you jumped from 50 years ago to now. But since it happens slowly, like
Alexa,
little by little, that's how
are
they get
you owned by the CIA?
That's always how they get you. Speaking of the CIA, again, I believe was it Amazon that has like $150 billion deal with the CIA right now?
I believe
not Skynet.
All I know is that Snapchat had to resend out their old version, so because of all the GPS issues.
That's why people are kind of suspicious of Alexa, because the Amazon is like apparently building like some sort of. Let me actually look it up so I can send it to you real quick and maybe you can live edit it up. But I think Amazon is building something for like instead of it being government funded now, like they actually like get private corporations to build their shit for them, which is hilarious and sad to me. It just shows how much corporations just control our country, for real.
I had to shut off my Alexa.
Well, and to be fair. First of all, if you think the mute button's going to stop him from listening, it's not. But,
but it kept going off.
Oh, yeah.
Every time you mentioned it.
And you know what, man? I love it.
Damn it, Red. Stop mentioning Alexa.
It's muted.
Also, Thurman did message me and said, number one, Thurman messaged me and said, I have a job now, so my ego is big. And then he just now said, ew, government. So, yeah. Once again, Thurman's the kind of people who thinks ignoring the problem, I guess the problem won't hit me, but Thurman, you should know more than anyone that the government is going to fucking be very against people, okay? And especially
the government's going to come and take your baby.
Yeah, you should actually you should be
government came and took my baby.
People that live in like shitty neighborhoods, especially like people that live in shitty areas, like that's just where the government will just like be like, all right, fuck you. I swear to God, if the government could get away with it, they would just fucking bomb Detroit out of existence.
No, not Detroit.
That was a little extreme there, Red. I think you might have gone a little far there.
Are you kidding me?
Now we're gonna get flagged.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm sure. Even though there's a Markiplier video where he talks about bombing
exactly.
We're on a watch list now.
Is never okay.
I've always been on a watch list. David's on a watch list. If you don't want on a watch list, get off this channel.
Noble is a watch list.
Yeah, seriously. Here's the issue.
I just watched for the government. I mean nothing.
Here's the issue with the whole Detroit thing, and I got into an argument about Detroit in general with one of our former collaborators, and it was like, yeah, we should just build up, Detroit, blah 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 blah, and I'm like, you would get ate alive by Detroit. Just because of who you are and what you do.
I want to clarify what I was saying, okay? Like, what I'm saying is that government very clearly wants to ignore... Because they've given up on fixing it. They clearly have. Look at the Flint water situation is a perfect example. Can we all agree on that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I'm telling you...
What's the latest update on that, anyway?
The higher-ups at the government, I guarantee you they wish that it was a problem that would just go away. Am I wrong in saying that?
Nope. You're not.
Okay, so that's what I meant by what I said, because they don't want to do what they're supposed to do and try to fix problems and work with people and help people. They would rather all the problems go away. I guarantee it. But anyway, David, if you could maybe just look through that article that I just sent.
1 second here. I was removing a tag from a post for the 50th time.
Here Noble and Swan, I'm gonna send this article in Ragtag, and I want your thoughts on it as well. Just because it's it's kind of what we're talking about here.
$600 million.
$600 million computing cloud being built by Amazon for the CIA. Just a little weird. Again, it's weird when private businesses intersect with public government.
I'm not at all surprised.
But if you think about it, I mean, and I'm just going to be blatant here. Half the time, the private market has the better people, the better technology, and the better intelligence when it comes down to it.
You are not wrong at all. You are 100% correct.
Well, I mean, if you're
a brilliant genius, would I want to work for the government that might pay me $100,000 a year, or do I want to work for a private company where I can make upwards of a couple million a year?
Oh, of course.
I'm going to take the couple million.
Well, if you're a private organization, though, obviously you're going to be getting better deals, and you're going to be working on your time. You're not working on somebody else's time, so it makes sense to not work with something else.
Them being so in
it's
bed
the caliber of people they bring in. That's literally what it is.
Them being so in bed with each other kind of pushes the potential of, like, hey, by the way, if you want to like hook up Alexa to our spying networks, then I'm just saying.
We need to spy on that David Buchanan character.
Oh, they already know everything that goes on.
He literally got an email that he was on a list. You want to retell that story?
So, when I was at ITT, I was in this hacking and countermeasures class.
Of course, this begins with when I was in ITT.
Yeah, well, Red, you want to decide what to do with that comment from Thurman there?
Just overthrow. I mean, I'm sure that's coming, Thurman. Look at history. It's usually government happens, government gets big, government gets corrupt, revolution, repeat. That's literally
but anyway. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Anyway, with the whole watch listing, every student that took this class was notified that because they are now, certified in hacking techniques, that they're on a watch list for a certain period of time after leaving that class. So it was kind of weird that they actually let me know they were looking at me, because normally the government doesn't give a fuck. They're just going to watch you.
Yeah, I remember saying, like, oh, that's kind of nice of them that they actually told you that you're on a list.
Exactly. I'm like, what? Okay, cool.
Basically, it's the, hey, don't fuck up. We just gave you something.
Yeah. Oh, it's certainly like Big Brother is watching. So,
yeah.
But I do want to just please allow me like 20 seconds to clarify what I said, just so in the future it's not used against me. I was saying that if you just look at patterns of history, you will see that like revolutions happen. They just do. When governments decide to fuck up, it happens. You know what I'm saying? Which is why the whole point of our government was supposed to be they're our representative. You watch them. We're supposed to watch them and make sure they're not being fuckwads. Okay? So they should realize that they should stop being fuckwads and actually represent them.
Thurman, no, I'm not a professional.
Red is deciding on how to implement a rebellion.
Which is why I'm clarifying. What I would much rather prefer to do is go through the channels that was set up by like founding fathers in America. What it's supposed to do, you protest, peaceful.
Checking Amazon search list. Trebuchet.
No,
Red,
man,
what are you going to do with the trebuchet?
I think the best way to do it is to take a page from Martin Luther King. Always do peaceful protest first, man. It should never ever escalate to a war, because that's just needless life gone. You know
I do agree with Thurman.
Why did you put a bid in on eBay for a laser-guided duck sprayer? We need to talk about that.
Yeah, we're gonna use it against you regardless of your clarification.
Well, here's the thing, man. Like, if I ever did decide to get into politics, or like if I tried to be into politics, like, yeah, there's this video of Red.
Yeah, somebody like put a timestamp down for when Red starts talking about his rebellion.
The ironic part is that if I did become, like, let's say I wanted to be a mayor of some area, right? And like they were like, oh, look at this. I bet you that it would actually get me more voted for in this day and age, because people like rebels.
Yep. But anyway, moving on from the whole Elon Musk spying, blah blah blah, Amazon bullshit kind of shit that we were talking about.
That didn't annoy you. I thought it was a good conversation.
Yeah, it is. I'm just like, we've been on it for about 20 minutes now.
Dave is just really uncomfortable because he feels the FBI enclosing on his location.
If I die by 2 shotgun wounds to the back of the head, no, it is not myself taking my own life.
FBI is coming.
It's 2 to the heart, 1 to the head, and then they cover up with the shotgun.
Anyway, continue.
The most epic kill in gaming seems perfectly reasonable for the segue.
Most epic kill in gaming?
Yeah. What is the best kill
I'm
you
glad
ever got?
it's been verified that's gaming.
Yeah. What is the most
I was gonna start
kill
listing
you've
like
ever
scenes
obtained
from frickin' ReZero.
Hey, Thurman, you can quit trolling in 3, 2, 1, or you get another mute.
So most epic kill in gaming.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure you've got some great World of Warcraft stories there, Swanee.
I'm trying to think, but I'm pretty sure they're all going to revolve around, yeah, this guy killed me. Well, there was this one time that I was in this one zone, I think it was Red Ridge, and I was just stealthing around in cat form. This was back when my main was a female night elf, and like this freaking troll just kept shooting me from like I don't even know where. Just max level troll hunting down a level 25 night elf druid, and he was ganking. That's really all.
Nice.
So yeah, no, I don't have an epic kill.
Okay. So can you guys hear me? By the way, I just had unmuted.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
What?
And I hate to be the guy because I don't play a lot of games. I'm getting David to get me into more games, but like the one I always remember is a ranked match in the original Splatoon where I was I was
gonna say, don't you have a Splatoon story?
Yeah, I do, but I feel bad because it's all I talk about. But like I'm sorry.
You already apologized. Shut up and continue your story.
Trust me, I don't like. I'm fully realizing that I'm a boring person. But
go play some freaking what's it called?
Play some
Call of Duty. I don't remember.
Next time, I'm getting David to make me play more shit. But anyway, no, this one is anyone.
Dark Souls.
The original Splatoon had a special called the Kraken where you turned into like this like bigger version of the squid form, and like it lasted for about like 10 to 15 seconds, and like if you swam through people, it would just like it was like an insta kill if you swam through them, and it would last for like 15 seconds. And it was like your super. There was a moment where it was a ranked match where like groups would like get it was kind of like a capture the flag kind of where like you get a thing and you have to bring it to your opponent's base to win, that kind of game. So basically it was like the other team had the thing and they were coming towards our base and they were about to get there, and right before the thing they have to get to, there's like a hill that you have to come over, right? So they were coming over this hill, and I could see on the map that they were all bunched up. They were all bunched up in a group, kind of like a position where there's like a person in the front, two in the sides, and the person in the back holding the thing, right? I saw they were doing that, and it was like 3 seconds left of the match, and like it operates on one of those, like, even if they don't get it to your base, it's the person who got it the closest to your base will win too. So even if it goes back and forth and no one gets it there, it's whoever got it closer. And they were actually like about to get it closer, and this was like kind of like my final chance to stop them. So I jumped over that hill, and then I just swam right into them with that super that like kills everyone. And since it was a hill, I didn't know I was coming, so I just jumped into them and basically like killed them all in one hit, and it was one of the most beautiful feelings. That's mine.
Nice.
I kind of wish it wasn't restricted to gaming. And I was like, oh hey, I have this like epic paintball kill.
Kill as in they died.
So where's your body?
Well, the guy has been gone for years now.
I'm sure he's decomposed by now.
But no, like I was hiding in a hill. Like there's a hole in this hill here, and I was hiding in it. And my youth pastor was walking on top of the hill, looking for somebody to shoot at. I popped out, turned around real quick because I heard him walking on top of me. I turned around, shot up, and went back into the hole, only to find out not only did I shoot him and got him, but I shot him in the neck. Right under his mask and got him in the side of the neck. Wow. We made fun of him, saying that his wife left a hickey on him for like a week.
Huh. Nice.
And yeah, it was a youth pastor at that. So
okay.
Youth pastors can't have passionate love-making session.
Thank you. I was just going to go there.
Well, are we talking Catholic or Christian? Big difference.
Yeah.
I'd say definitely not Catholic.
Okay, because Catholic people
I'm Christian non-denominational.
The stereotype I've heard is like paper bag over the head so that they don't lust over each other. That's not a real thing, obviously. It's like they cut a paper bag, and then they cut a hole in it, and they just fuck for procreation, and that's it.
What the fuck?
That's weird.
That was an Achievement Hunter joke. Remember, it was. You ever watch $1 Million?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they were talking about like his like Catholic parents. They're like they just cut a hole in the.
Okay.
It was a fucking.
Okay.
So,
I forgot about that one. Whew. Anyway, most epic kill probably would have been last night. If anybody follows.
Last night, huh? Just happened to be your most epic kill of all time.
This was clutch in its truest form.
Okay.
So I'm big into Rainbow Six Siege right now.
Yeah.
I finally unlocked all of the operators in preparation for year 3. I was playing as freaking Yokai, who's basically the shittiest fucking operator in the game right now. I was last on my team. I killed all 5 enemies thanks to that stupid fucking drone that I hate actually using. They were coming up the hallway. Used the drone, knocked 2 down, popped out in the corner. Took 2 out with the pistol. Went with the fucking drone again. Used my primary weapon. Got the other 3, and I still, to this goddamn second, do not know how I pulled that off with 1 health.
I just remembered I actually remembered an actual kill I got in World of Warcraft.
Oh snap! We got world. I mean, if this was
you actually made me think about it.
If this was the drinking Tabasco sauce episode, I would have had to drink.
That's because I just remembered that I was on a 102 Death Knight, or not Death Knight, a Demon Hunter, and my wife and I were in a dungeon group, and we were going through we were going through Eye of Ashara, and the entire group wipes. I'm still alive, and I just because I happen to be the tank. And we were on this. We were just on like the second boss, I think. No, we were on the third boss.
Red, I'm going to turn it over to you for a few seconds.
Were you going somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta take the dog out.
All right, I got you. Continue.
I'm tired of this wild talk, so I gotta leave.
No,
we're on this. We're on this.
Go
ahead. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So we were on the third boss, which is this giant snake monster that hides in holes and spawns 2 others, and I was the only one left, and I ended up having to solo this thing from half health, and my wife was impressed. I don't know about the other guys because they were all just random people.
Well, first of all, you're a lucky man having a wife that'll play World of Warcraft with you.
She plays more than I do.
Which, again, fucking lucky man, dude.
So it's more like I'm lucky that I found a wife who happens to be like a very avid gamer.
That's awesome, dude. That's the best. Noble, did you say one?
I have 2. One for Noble and one for Anti-Noble.
Oh, what the fuck is Anti-Noble?
He's been patiently waiting for the rest of us to shut up.
You go ahead, Noble. I'm all ears.
So I'll start with the first one, which is just regular, good old-fashioned Noble. And this is the Diablo 3 kill.
Okay.
Yes, a name that hasn't been heard in a very long time.
Huh.
I'm waiting for what's his face to jump back into the conversation here, Mr. David.
Oh yeah,
I think he's gonna enjoy this.
5 minutes at least walking that dog.
Oh well, his loss.
Yeah.
So, I found a set of armor that literally did stupid amounts of thorn damage, like X amount of damage times level, percentage, and all this other stuff. Basically, my entire suit of armor was doing like 480% damage and restored 200% health. I literally soloed Diablo by standing still.
Chris, do you know about that game? I don't know much about it. Probably more impressive.
Just soloed Diablo.
Well, I mean, game, and WoW's a Blizzard game. I do know a little bit about it, but I don't actually play it much myself.
Huh.
I stood there, did nothing, killed him.
Wow. Wait, so that's shit that you can just get naturally in the game with no like?
It's all RNG. Yeah. All the armor and gear is RNG.
Oh, I see. So you just got like a really good. I'm assuming you either grinded a fuck ton or.
No, I just got really stupid.
He got yeah.
Wow.
Like his luck is much better than Thurman's.
But it was also on console. I know they have a higher drop ratio for a lot of the stuff.
Oh. All right. What's? I'm scared to ask about the anti-noble thing.
So I'll get into that here in just a moment. Let me go get anti-noble.
Anti-noble killed a puppy on the Sims.
No, please no.
Did Noble turn into Jeff while I was away?
No, David. He's just about to do his voice. I think. I'm really nervous.
Dark Souls! I killed a man with a pointed stick.
Oh my god.
What?
I think he said I killed a man with a pointed stick.
I heard that, but on what?
On Dark Souls.
Dark Souls!
I mean, that's pretty
Dark
impressive.
Souls!
That's not just impressive. That is freaking awesome.
Right?
I mean, you have enough patience in Dark Souls, I suppose. Like
MV1 with a pointed stick!
The only thing that would make that more epic is if it's like I one-shotted a boss with a pointed stick.
Could you even do that? Is that possible?
I don't know. I don't really Dark.
Run me!
Oh my gosh.
Well,
anyway.
Noble, thank you for trolling Red with that voice. You have fulfilled your service. You can drop the Cookie Monster Goblin noise now.
Okay.
Anti-Noble left the conversation.
Alright. Anti-Noble left the group chat. Anyway, what's the next topic, David?
Okay, so we've got the Elon Musk. We got the most epic kill in gaming. How about the best spin-off? And if I hear Blaze Blue fucking tag battle, I'm kicking you from the server.
I'm pretty sure we didn't. Isn't this a topic?
Blaze Blue tag battle with half its content.
David, wait. David, have you been?
I believe we have, and this was
David,
a Thurman.
You motherfucker.
I believe we have, so blame Thurman, because this was in his bundle.
Question. Did you or did you not, or have you not been keeping up with the Google Drive's list of...
I have not done the last two in there.
Fuck, I almost called you Thurman. See, anytime someone does something stupid, I say Thurman. Every time, it's can't help
So, what I'll do is, after this, we'll save
Marvel superhero.
What was that, Noble?
Worst Marvel or DC superhero, by far. Like, whatever you think is the worst possible character.
In terms of writing, it's Superman.
I was just gonna say, I know Superman's been done well in parts, but every time I see Superman, even Justice League, which I know was a meh movie anyway, but
here's my issue with Superman, and I'm gonna be real. In the beginning, he was the most broken, pointless superhero on the planet.
Wait, I said Justice League. I meant to say Batman v Superman. I'm sorry. I haven't seen Justice League. Was he even in it? Because I know they were pretending he was dead.
I've kind of wiped that movie from my mind.
Okay, continue.
He was probably in a healing coma.
Yeah, that itself is fucking stupid. But just his writing from the fucking Bronze Era to now is just every iteration of him has been a broken, pointless pile of shit.
Ugh.
If your entire history is being a broken, pointless pile of shit, then why do you exist?
Goku fanboys be raging.
Even Goku, I don't like him as a character, but he's better than Superman.
I gotta agree with Red there. Goku is at least written better, because he does lose.
Yeah.
Goku Superman never really truly loses.
Goku had to actually get that power, you know what I mean? He worked for it. And again, I don't like Goku. Pretty boring character, and I mean, he's not like Superman boring.
I mean, he's almost as boring as Luffy, but we'll not go there.
As who?
Did he just say Luffy was boring?
Luffy's pretty boring.
Luffy, he's not the best main character, but he's certainly better than Goku.
Best is best.
Also, it'd be great if you could pronounce his goddamn name right.
Nah.
Never.
Luffy. It's the fucking cringest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Asta greater than Luffy.
The point. It's supposed to be cringe.
I would actually even say, and I hate Black Clover, but I'd say even Asta is better written than fucking Superman.
Oh yeah. Now again,
what's an Asta?
Asta's not even the main character.
Oh, is it one of those fairy tale things where like it looks like Natsu's the main character, but really Lucy?
And again, we're
What?
What's up, David?
Wait, what?
Swanee couldn't hear you there, Red.
Oh, is it like one of those fairy tale things where did I drop? I'm sorry. Is it like one of those fairy tale things where it looks like Natsu's the character, but it's actually Lucy?
No, like Asta hasn't actually done anything in like a while.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you were a Bleach fan, right? Swan, you remember like the hundreds of chapters where Ichigo didn't even appear?
Well, yeah, but I mean, it's one thing to not appear; it's another thing to appear and not do anything. I mean, the guy has a freaking Deus Ex Machina within his series, and he's in scenes where he's outshone by characters who theoretically he should be because he can nullify anything they can do, and he doesn't do shit.
How do you read that series, man? It sounds so frustrating.
Well, like, didn't you hear me like before we did the first Black Clover? Before we did the first Black Clover review, didn't you hear what I had said about it?
You said something about like the rest of the characters are so
like,
good.
That was when I had to catch up to do the first Black Clover review that we did.
Mm-hmm.
I told Thurman that was the hardest bunch of chapters I've ever had to read for a manga.
Oh, Chris, you're a stronger man than I am. Wow.
Yeah,
and I even complained that Asta doesn't do anything. Why isn't Asta doing anything? Why is he being outshone by other characters that we know he can beat?
Wow. Alrighty
Yep.
then.
So, who else has a very bad, Marvel or DC superhero here?
Noble, you know more DC shit than I do. What do you got?
Oh, where to start? Where to start?
One more time, I couldn't hear you.
You were saying where to start. Okay, so...
Okay. So, how much time we got?
Plenty. I mean, as long as it's under like 2.5 hours, I don't mind.
2.5 hours? I think I can work with that.
Freaking Doomsday.
Probably not just this topic, but pick a couple. Take get a handful.
Alright, I'm gonna start with Marvel's roster of just horrible, terrible superheroes.
Oh boy.
Alright.
Everyone who's not Deadpool A through Z.
Deadpool is one. Deadpool is like the worst character ever.
What?
Where's Jessa? I need to trigger her with this. Deadpool is the worst character. Both written,
I imagine he's been overplayed.
drawn, designed. He is the epitome of just terrible. He is literally a Wolverine ripoff.
But like,
that's the fucking point of the character.
Like, as long as they're self-aware, like, it's a lot more forgiving.
To be fair, though, Noble, Wolverine's a lot more durable than Deadpool. So at least that would mean that, Wolverine's probably better written than Deadpool, at least, which wouldn't really negate your point. It's just...
Well, I mean, Deadpool, again, he's just supposed to be fucking stupid humor. Like, that's what he is.
He's the Saitama of Marvel.
Galactus. Galactus is just, like, the worst written character of all time.
Galactus?
Yeah, Silver Surfer is the only one that brings anything good to that story.
Explain what Galactus is.
Galactus?
Basically a world devourer. He just shows up and tries to eat the world. That's it.
Good. Is that the extent of his character, I suppose?
Well, there's one time where he ate Twinkies.
That's his end goal and everything is, I will devour this universe.
Planet.
Yeah,
wow.
And the only thing is, he didn't even get beaten. He just got convinced that it was too much energy to eat that planet to move on away from it. That's it.
And there was this one time where he ate an entire Twinkie planet.
Twinkie planet.
Like, apparently, like, he had this, like, cosmic chef person make a giant planet that was made entirely of Twinkies.
Silver Surfer has like 50 times the depth, and he is considered a side boss to Galactus.
It's pretty bad when your side bitch is more fucking well written than you.
Your side bitch?
It's probably even funnier when your side bitch actually is a female. Because I guess Aunt May was made as Harold once.
Oh God!
This is the same comic as the Twinkie Planet. And
let's not dwell on that.
This is not a joke.
Story. I had written that out of my goddamn mind until you mentioned it.
Well, all right, I'm going to move on to DC now. I'm just going to keep it to 2 per section. I'm going to do DC now.
Okay. Sounds good.
All right, so for DC, probably the 2 worst characters ever written for it.
Oh, no.
Lobo.
Never heard of him.
You've never heard of Lobo?
I don't think. I barely know any. My knowledge is the movie, pretty much.
Basically, the anti-Superman that was written in the 90s, 2000s, to take advantage of big muscles. It took advantage of motorcycles and thugs.
Yeah, if you guys, by the way, just quick side tangent, if you guys are, recommend me a certain string, like a certain side of the chunk of comics, I will try them out.
Do say more. Ooh.
Because
Darkness.
With comics, it's like, where do you start? That's the hard part.
I'm gonna send you over my digital connection. I got you.
Hey, all right, cool. I'm down. All right. And what was the other one? Unless you had more to say about that thing, whatever that is. Oh, right.
Okay. First off, David, if you could send him a picture of Lobo real quick while I continue on.
Oh boy. Yeah, you know what? Live edit up a picture. I'll just watch it on this.
Okay, 1 second. Let me scroll the interwebs for a moment.
That deserves a live edit.
And second has to be Frankenstein. I can't believe they tried to put him in there and play it off.
Besides the thing in the universe. That's amazing.
We'll go with this one.
So, do I have time for Image Comics as well?
Sure.
Go for it.
Oh, David's currently live editing up a picture
1 second
of
while I live edit up a picture of Lobo. Again, we do not own the rights to this picture. Please do not.
I mean, it's up for a little bit.
Yeah, well, it's always good to preempt.
Oh yeah.
Boop. Here's Lobo.
All right, I'm watching. Slight delay.
Yeah, so when you see Lobo, you'll understand.
Oh my gosh.
90s in one go.
He looks like he came out of a fucking discount warehouse for Hot Topic, man.
He looks like a... Why are you shaking it so much, David? What are you doing? Okay. Anyway, wow. All right.
Now you see why I said what I said.
He's emphasizing the cringe.
Okay. I'm like trying to look at it. It's like fucking old man with Parkinson's over here. Here, let me live edit this.
I was doing the Trevor there.
You can't copyright us if I keep moving the image. Woo!
And I've only got one for Image that I'll go over with. And it's more of an anti-hero, kind of like Deadpool, but not quite, and that would be Spawn.
So like anti-noble.
I mean, you're not wrong, but yeah.
Wait,
and
Spawn?
You do know who Spawn is, right?
I do.
Why do you have issues with Spawn?
How do you have issues with Spawn? And don't say the side stories, because nobody counts the fucking side stories.
And this is already
kick from chat.
You know those people that have controversial opinions just to be different? Getting that vibe.
Yep, pretty much.
Why would you get that vibe? I mean, it's not that great.
Well, because I don't know anything about Spawn, but what I do hear is that everyone loves it. Is that true?
No, just these ragtag fools right here, these two.
So, when we kicking him?
I mean, fucking debate it. That's what this podcast is for. Go.
Red, come on. You instead of participating, you updated your fucking cover photo.
All I'm saying is backstory.
Hey,
backstory.
Man, I'm like, well, I got some time to kill.
Why, is it just too lame?
He updated his cover photo to Snake Man Luffy.
Yeah, boy.
Not that lucky character again.
Also, listen, by the way, David, you are checking Facebook. You saw it, so you must have been checking Facebook.
I actually am checking Facebook because I had to freaking respond to a debate I'm in.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
Wow.
The very top thing, though, is Red Alligator changed his cover photo.
No, it's because it's DC and Marvel. I don't know much about them, so I was like, I'm not going to have much.
Well, since we're on that same topic, reading material, in case anyone ever wants reading material for anything good, if you haven't already, you need to read the Infinity Wars, both the old version and the new version.
I assume that's what they're basing the movies off of, at least.
Exactly. That was kind of the segue we were going into, is talking about the trailer reveal, and also, Red, I will be sending you the omnibus for both.
So I'm down, dude. I want to read.
Okay.
I definitely want to read that.
The reason I was also on Facebook is because there's another topic coming up that I needed my profile picture, my current profile picture for. So I was saving that.
Nani?
So I can live edit it.
Nani?
Because it's actually a quote that we're going to use for that one. So yeah. Anyway, Avengers Infinity War trailer, you said, Noble?
Yes, first, has everyone here seen it?
Yes.
Which trailer?
Nope.
The most recent.
Okay, we're good. Is that the one that came out before the Super Bowl? Or was there one during the Super Bowl? Because,
Noble.
Marvel and Star
Sorry,
Wars.
I'm trying to pull up the comic thing here, so I have to switch between apps.
Yeah, Marvel or Star Wars, all the Disney branded shit loves to have a Super Bowl commercial. So if it appeared during the Super Bowl, no, I haven't seen it. But I do have 3 minutes to watch a trailer, if that's whatever it is.
Go watch the trailer then.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, talk about some shit while he's watching it then, so it's not just a dead zone here.
Well, I haven't seen it either, but I'm not going to bother. I'll just listen.
David, don't have the sound on, because that could get us copyrighted.
No, I have headphones.
Headphones. Well, I guess while we're waiting on that one, do we have a different one? We have a different topic we can go on until David comes back.
There's no way we're getting through a topic in 3 minutes. So how about
that's true.
While he's watching that, Noble, why don't you preface what you're doing?
Let's make a meal with Blue Apron.
God, stop. We're not sponsored.
Please sponsor us.
No, they won't. They won't until we're worthwhile. One day.
I'm worthwhile.
I'll make a meal. I'll make a meal on camera for Blue Apron.
I'll do that as part of my show. I mean, I'm already cooking half the time anyways.
Yeah, when's that show happen, bro? When's that happening?
2 weeks.
All right.
Yeah, we need...
Once I move out in Vegas, I'll have Thurman as a co-partner on it.
Oh, I'm down. Anyway, no.
Let's promote this.
So basically, it'll be Food Wars. It'll be Food Wars, but with me and Thurman, and aprons.
Will you guys do the fucking?
Always aprons.
Are you gonna do the foodgasm faces?
I am not opposed to it at this point.
They're gonna do the David Ahego face.
Oh, David's live ended up. It's time to stop, Filthy Frank. No. Anyway, but yeah. So, let us know when you're done watching that trailer, David. And Noel, do you want to preface what we're going to be talking about when it comes to the trailer?
So right about now, you should see a great scene on the fucking podcast.
Cam, what was it after the? It's time to stop.
Yeah, it was after the. It's time to stop one.
Yeah, I'm watching. Well, keep talking because I'm.
Okay, so immediately this trailer is.
Oh gosh, no! There it is. You did a Hago face. All right, continue. Go ahead.
Immediately, this trailer is fucking phenomenal.
I'm excited. I want deaths. Give me all the deaths.
There has to be a fucking death in this movie. Come on.
There will. Like I said, we've talked about it, and I don't want to fucking take too long on this because we have talked about it before, but I am predicting, I legitimately do think Iron Man and Captain America will both die. Not in part 1, but like, you know, by the end of part 2, both of them will be dead. Because I think that this is their way of, 1, because both of those actors are like, please, we want to do something else with their lives. And 2, kind of makes sense. I'm pretty sure, and 3, I'm pretty sure they both died in the comic.
Well, fucking Captain America should have died in Civil War.
Well, yeah, now they can just push it off. Well, here's the thing. Like,
I need a freaking sound edit here.
They're doing a really good job at like kind of like starting the next phase, right? Like you know, you phase out the ones that have been doing it for a while, Captain America, Iron Man, you know, phase out those ones, and now you'll have like Black Panther.
Phase out Thor.
Thor too. Thor should probably die. You know, like
Thor's already rumored to not be renewing his Marvel Comics movie.
But that's what I'm saying, though, right? Like,
we need a Hulk. We need a new Hulk solo movie that's actually like worthwhile.
Well, here's what I'm expecting, right? Like, you're gonna get a lot of the OG ones that like started out with the movies. They're gonna die, and then like then we're gonna move on to like all the movies will be about like, you know, it'll be like about Ant-Man, and it'll be about Captain Marvel. You know, we're moving on to like newer actors that aren't as sick of fucking doing it anymore.
I mean, I was reading an article 2 or 3 days ago about Chris Hemsworth saying unless a phenomenal script comes along,
yeah,
after Avengers 3 and 4 was his phrasing of it, will be his final performances as Thor, which kind of
basically confirms he's gonna die. Yeah.
Because he's wants to pursue other shit, obviously.
Oh, of course. Plus, I think Off Topic talked about this. Can you imagine, especially the Captain America, the one that's playing Captain America? Can you imagine keeping your body in that shape?
Oh yeah, I just 2 or 3 days ago watched that Off Topic, and it was, they were doing like method acting kind of shit and talking about how, you know, Christian Bale, when he was Batman, would drop insane amounts of weight between that.
They're like, he's gonna die.
Yeah.
Hey, unrelated, but somewhat related, I sent a link for the Marvel app to the Ragtag group, and I'm gonna send the username and password with my library of books.
Awesome.
That includes both Infinity Wars, the original, and the most recent one, both written and drawn out. I think it's the omnibus for both, so something around 200-something pages per.
Nice.
Sweet. I will be taking advantage of that.
That's pretty awesome.
So let's see, anything.
They were just talking about how.
Though, I am gonna definitely miss Iron Man. Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man is the best thing ever. He is perfect in that role.
He's kind of up there with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Oh, he's so good as Iron Man.
I gotta agree. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss.
Both username and password were sent.
I'm going to miss.
It's like wasn't there like a panel where Stan Lee and Robert Downey Jr. were up in the same thing, and like Stan Lee like literally said like he is perfect for it, like he gave his like blessing.
Yeah, he kind of did. I'm gonna miss Chris Evans as Cap. I'm gonna miss Chris Hemsworth as fucking Thor. I'm going when Chris Pratt ends his role as Star-Lord. I'm gonna miss that. There's too many goddamn Chris's in the fucking world in general. We got 2 for the podcast. We got 3 for the Marvel movies. How many more Chris's are there? Right, millions.
Hold on. You also have
256,000.
Christopher Eccleston was the villain of the second Thor movie that no one remembers.
All right. Forgot about that.
There's a second Thor movie.
Yeah, because the villain was the same guy that played the Ninth Doctor.
I thought the villain of that one was the Ether.
It was some fucking...
it was a little bit of both. That's a debatable point.
I don't know what the fuck he was. It was like some...
It was the Dark Elf. But, really, the Ether was the true villain. In a sense. But, yeah. But this trailer, man... It's just what Marvel Studios in general has really, really well down is making a fucking phenomenal trailer. Making people want to go see their movies immediately.
I mean, I think it's a fucking feat of what they've done with the MCU, like, because they had patience. This has all been building up since the original Iron Man, and they did it with patience. And then you have DC trying to rush into it in like 2 years. That's the difference. They had patience and they crafted something amazing.
See, what I love the DCEU for one thing. It doesn't shy away from being violent and gritty, you know, pushing right up against the boundaries of what can be done in PG-13 movies. But what they fail on every facet is actually making their characters truly believable, because they rushed everything.
Or relatable.
Or relatable. Well, I mean, how can one really relate to Superman? You know, the dude's basically a fucking god.
Go through the emotional life. He still has to deal with his feelings and emotions.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen him with anybody besides other superheroes, you know, in that aspect. We've seen, what,
Lois Lane.
We've seen, what, 2 or 3 scenes of him as Clark Kent in the entire DCEU. Bruce Wayne was a more believable character in the DCEU than, you know, the Clark Kent.
I actually like the guy that plays Batman in Batman v Superman is pretty good, actually. I liked him.
Batfleck.
Did you think he was good? I thought he was pretty good.
Actually, he was a really good thing. I think he really redeemed himself after the whole Daredevil incident.
I also liked Alfred in that movie as well.
Yeah. See, Batfleck I didn't think I would like, but he's actually pretty good at it. And now the rumors that they're going to be recasting him, or he's done, or whatever, I'm like, you've had, what, 2...
Well, if you remember, and I'm going to go ahead and lay this out here, he had a lot of production ability during the Batman vs. Superman. The problem is they took all of that creative ability away from him. That's why he's stepping away from it. He doesn't want to be a part of it if they're gonna ruin his movies.
Well, not only that, but have you seen any of the other, you know, Batman movies that are out there? There's very few of them where they have the same person playing Batman.
Well, yeah.
I think it's actually like the first 2 by Tim Burton, Batman, and I think what was the other one? Like, was it just Batman 2? Where they had Michael Keaton for both of them.
Don't forget Adam West. Rest in peace. I loved him.
Batman Returns, I believe, was Batman 2.
No, Batman. Wait, was it Batman Returns? It might have been.
But yeah, see, here's what I've really noticed in the difference between the MCU and the DCEU. I've realized that the MCU is looking for that more casual audience, and the DCEU really wants to hit that hardcore audience. But you're also getting that batch of casual, like, Batman fans, like the cartoons and, like, the TV show back in the day, stuff like that. They're coming in expecting, you know, it's going to be another campy, like, Adam West or, you know, cartoony kind of shit, when it's really going to be dark and gritty like the comics. Whereas Marvel Comics as a whole are a little bit lighter on the entire tone, and DC doesn't give a fuck who dies and who lives, and because they've realized
fair though, didn't Marvel like have Deadpool reset their entire universe?
Yes. Depends on which universe as well. But DC's movies are trying to cater to that comic audience, but they're getting all those casual fans, like the Marvel fans, in that as well.
I think that there's, I don't know, like, because if I was to say which style I prefer, I do prefer Marvel's style, because I think that, like, when it comes to a movie like that, it's a good quality to kind of, like, not always take yourself so seriously. You know what I mean? Like, I appreciate that. That's the same reason, and that might be, like, a style choice on my end. Like, the reason I like stuff like One Piece is because it doesn't always take it seriously. It has moments where it takes itself seriously and you'll fucking bawl your eyes out. And it has moments where they're fighting a dude that fights with ramen that comes out of his nose. Like, that's the fucking kind of show it is, you know? And I love shit like shit that can flip on a dime at any moment. From, like, silly to serious.
Yeah, that's really what I've noticed a lot of. You know, Marvel has all that like you said, they don't really take everything too seriously, and that vibe really translates well.
They're more human.
That vibe translates really well to film. Very, very successfully, as they've got some of the top 10 spaces on the fucking highest-grossing movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, well, I can actually check on that.
I believe Avengers 1 and 2 are up there in that.
The first Avengers was a magical experience.
They went from saving, New York to eating shawarma.
That was funny.
They didn't mind taking themselves a little lightly. Like, we're still living our.
Because I think that it's a flawed logic to think that if you make jokes, you can't take it seriously. Like, people that can't take something seriously because there was one hint of comedy, I need it 100% serious all the time. Those are weak-minded people. Like that's stupid. You know what I mean? It's just like people that I can't take this really sad scene seriously because the art style is a little different than what I'm used to. You're a weak-minded person. Open your mind.
Yeah, we actually kind of got into a little bit of that argument with the Long Leg Tribe of One Piece. Like, their designs are kind of a turnoff,
We should actually do that as a discussion video at some point, like art style and the importance of it. So.
Yeah, I love how Oda was able to create all these unique characters, but certain things are not aesthetically pleasing.
Yeah, I think that kind of goes.
When you have something that's not aesthetically pleasing, you have to make them a compelling character to make people actually, care about them.
Yeah.
Whereas somebody who, just reads regular everyday comics, they're like, oh, this is, great, this is my style. And then when they see that really, really dark, gritty scene in, like, a Punisher, and they're like, oh my god, that person's decapitated and their arms are ripped off.
You're like, god damn.
I can't laugh at this. You're not supposed to laugh. You're not supposed to be able to laugh at every second in something like that, especially when you're reading.
I would say, let's be honest though. The intro to the movie Logan. Did we all not kind of nervous giggle at how violent it was? Oh.
Yeah, that I was like, holy shit.
By the way, top 10 grossing movies of all time: Avatar, Titanic, Star Wars: The Force Awakens, Jurassic World, The Avengers, Furious 7. Why Furious 7? Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Because that was the one where Paul Walker died.
Oh, okay. Avengers: Age of Ultron, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 2, Star Wars: Last Jedi. Wow. And then Frozen.
How the fuck is that on there?
Well, apparently it's number 9.
Hey, don't forget to check out the podcast Facebook chat.
What happened?
If you wanted to put that up.
Yeah, he got it already before me, I guess.
Oh no, this one's franchises.
Oh,
okay.
Marvel Cinematic Universe, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Spawn, Lord of the Rings, Fast and the Furious, X-Men, Spider-Man. Cool.
Okay. 1 second. Let me live edit that up.
That's just some of them, but Marvel right up there on top.
How the fuck is the Spider-Man franchise even mentioned?
Because Spider-Man worldwide is fucking huge. Here in America, it's so-so, but everywhere else, it is ridiculoly huge. That's why you see a lot of gift bags and merchandising for Spider-Man everywhere.
Yeah, cringy off-brand, Chinese knockoff Spider-Man. Spooderman.
Yep.
And it is huge everywhere but here. Spider-Man is just unnecessarily big. You can go to any third world country and say Spider-Man and they'll know who you're talking about.
Oh, Spider-Man, the man that shoots the webs at the bad guys? Okay,
David, I feel like that might be racist, whatever you just did.
Alright, the last two on that list.
The very, very obvious, stereotypical, cartoony, shit here.
Anyway.
But
I got
seriously.
the last two on that list, though, before you get too far into it, David. The number 9 is Batman, and number 10 is Pirates of the Caribbean.
How? How is Pirates of the Caribbean... After that last Pirates movie, it should die in a fucking gutter fire.
It doesn't mean the first 6 or 8 or however many there are weren't good. And
they were always average. They were never phenomenal films.
Did people just like drunk fucking Johnny Depp? Is that what they like?
That's literally the selling point. Oh, Johnny Depp's in it. Oh, great. Let's go watch the latest Johnny Depp movie.
Let's go flick our clitorises in the theater.
But seriously.
It's kind of funny though that.
Say what, Noble? Sorry?
That was a little extreme, sir. I'm going to need you to calm down.
I'm going to need you to take it down about 6 notches. And no, by the way, Noble, I'm all about extreme humor. Thank you very much.
It's kind of weird to see that three of those 10 are all Disney owned.
If I talked about jerking our dicks, fine with it. But now all of a sudden that it's clitorises. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You caught me.
Anyway.
Guilty.
I caught him!
Anyway. I feel bad this week and, the fucking week of Valentine's Day in general for everybody that had to clean up the theaters after the latest 50 Shades movie.
Oh, ew.
So, yeah. That was a thing. And apparently it was, one of my friends that worked at the theater sent me a picture of after the effects. I'm not going to actually live edit that picture up because, as you can imagine, it's pretty fucking disgusting.
I don't want to know.
But yeah, there was that, and he's like, yeah, this is every time there's a 50 Shades movie, and I'm like, why is that such a great franchise when it doesn't really do anything but,
Because it like, apparently fucking, like, speaks to the hidden, like, lock kinkiness of, like, middle-aged housewives.
But it's not a great, portrayal of the BDSM. It's more of a victim base. So that's why I've always, hated that series in general. Like, it puts the BDSM community in a really, really bad light.
It's probably the same reason why Sam Raimi's Spider-Man is like number 8 highest grossing movie franchise of all time worldwide.
So stupid. But that, again, I'm going to clarify that Spider-Man portrayal was literally playing on the generic stereotypes. Anyway, most boring manga arc. Swanee, I'm sure you can touch on this one.
Whatever current arc Black Clover's in right now.
Now, see, we call that the arc of where the franchise needs to fucking finally die.
Well, I mean, I've mentioned this before a few times, probably not, on this platform here, but like, they don't have another villain set up. So
what, in Black Clover?
Yeah, they have the one villain. They've got that person's entire team pretty much destroyed. So it's just the main villain left. Really.
I know they did the Gara Jadara fight literally verbatim. I went and read that chapter.
And it would have actually been the last 2 chapters, not just the last one.
Well, I just read the last one. I saw the fucking shit falling.
But like they don't have another villain currently set up, so they're either gonna have to end it here, or they're gonna have to go into a time skip. Those are really the only options I can think of that'll happen.
So what they did is they preempted the Gara Deidara fight, so they can go right into a new character and just introduce them instead of, having to play literally Naruto Fairy Tail all the way through Black Clover Shippuden. So they preempted that one major fight so they can just fucking go into what came after the Gara Deidara, right?
Wait, say again?
So instead of... Here's a better way of wording it. That was poorly worded. So instead of actually going into the new arc with this fight that they're in right now, because like we've stated in both the Black Clover discussion and now, that this was verbatim, the Gara Deidara fight, what they're going to do on their time skip is basically play everything that came after the Gara Deidara fight in Black Clover Shippuden, or are we just going to go in and just fuck around and have this fight drawn out again?
Well, honestly, this fight should not get drawn out again, because if they do go into a Black Clover Shippuden scenario, if they're actually going to have Asta fight, this fight should not be as long as it was right now. Simply because Asta is walking around with a freaking Deus Ex Machina for a primary weapon.
It's so goddamn stupid. I don't know how you suffer through that. I really don't.
Well, it really wasn't that bad at the beginning. It's just now, they're like, hey, we need to flesh out like all these characters.
So you're telling me it got worse because I thought it was really bad in the beginning.
Well, I mean, like, you know, you introduce your main character, they front load all of his abilities,
right?
And then it's like, yeah, and now we can just kind of, you know, build our story around him. Right. Oh crap, we have a main character who can counter everybody.
They wrote themselves into a corner.
He solos our verse.
That's so stupid. Like, so how does he get challenged, like, in a fight? Like, does it ever happen? Well, how do they write that?
I think what it was like they happened to have guys who didn't rely entirely on magic for some reason.
I guess it makes sense. Yeah.
So, like, as an example, like if for some reason he had to fight his captain who uses a katana.
Oh, the fucking Yami guy.
Yeah,
that fucking guy.
Since he augments his sword fighting with darkness magic, which Asta could negate.
What should have ended the series is that scene where Yami's got Asta's hands in his head, crushing his skull.
Yeah, the scene where he almost crushed Asta's head. I remember being like, "Do it, do it, do it."
But, like, you know, it's kind of exciting it is mildly exciting to see Asta fighting. It's just that, you know, in these later chapters, they have Asta sitting around doing nothing.
He's just standing there and talking.
He's not even talking half the time.
He's just
that's probably a good thing, because every 3 words are, I'm going to be the Wizard King.
Nah, he hasn't mentioned that in a while.
Oh, thank God!
Like, there's a lot of chapters where he doesn't mention it.
Because in Naruto, like he kind of like stopped talking about being Hokage and like had his weird thing with Sasuke. Is there
his
anything
man
like
crush?
that?
Let's just call it what it was.
Like what was? Yeah, but it's overplayed to call it that. So
like,
I figured.
So obviously, Asta's main goal is to become, you know, the Magic Emperor, Wizard King, however you want to put it. Yeah. Right now, he's just trying to get stronger.
So he's Naruto.
That's kind of it.
No, Naruto is better. Don't even insult Naruto.
But I mean, that's the perfect comparison here. He stopped mentioning that and became stronger to save Sasuke, so he can one day become the fucking
Naruto and Black Clover are both trash, so you know.
Well, I think one thing.
But like, he doesn't really have much of a reason to want to become stronger, other than to become stronger.
Here's how I want to end this off. Okay. Giga, I believe it was Giga, made a video about this, and he basically said, here's the difference between Asta and Naruto and just like the first chapter, okay? First chapter of Naruto, you see Naruto acting like a cunt, right? And you want to hate him, but then in that same chapter, you see that the reason he acts like that is because he's one of those children that's seeking out attention because he's hated. You know what I mean? It's like the class clown mentality, right? Mm-hmm. Hated, he's bullied, so he class clown. His parent, doesn't have any parents. He has no friends. People shun him. So it's immediately justified and understood why he acts like that. Asta has no reason for acting the way he does and being such just an annoying little twit. There's no reason given, no acceptable reason whatsoever. That is the difference.
Well, I mean, he's like the only person in his world who has no mana.
Yes, but it's not like directly shown that like that's the reason, right? Because like he doesn't seem to like with Naruto. It's very clear that
everybody else can use magic though.
Right.
So he's the only person in his world who cannot use magic.
So it's a little bit of a show don't tell.
And the more magic power you have, the more people respect you for it.
It's a bit of a show don't tell, which Red, you said yourself that you respect that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's poorly executed show don't tell.
I guess it's hard for me.
It's poorly executed because they front end his abilities.
It's hard for me to understand why, but like I just hate. Like I don't feel any pity for him as a character. It was not written well enough for me to feel sorry for him. And maybe it's just because even though we're supposed to feel sorry for him, he doesn't act like someone who.
He doesn't have a single redeeming quality, really.
He doesn't act like anyone who learned from their mistakes. He doesn't act like someone who has a rational thinking brain. He acts like someone who would be who's like, oh, little Asta, he's special. We can't let him out in public. He'll probably get arrested for like harassment. Like,
Well, I mean, except for maybe Yami, he's probably the physically most powerful character in the whole series.
Oh, cringe.
Well, I mean, that's the power of the MC.
And also because of the anti-magic.
Right. I guess my thing is that, like, and this will be the last thing, we'll move on to a different topic after this, but, like, just with Asta, it seems like, at least from early shit, with him, like, the hitting on the fucking nun or whatever was just immediately, like, he gave off, like, his like, I'm not going to take no for an answer vibes did not come off as quirky. It came off as stalkerish and just creepy to me.
Well, I mean, she did raise him, though.
Does that make it any better?
And he makes the correlation that he obviously makes the correlation that she's not actually my mom. She's just a person.
She's not actually my mom. I just see her as a mom, so I can still hit that.
But yeah, honestly, we shouldn't actually move on to another topic because I'm sure the rest of you have like manga arcs that you don't like.
Yeah.
Is that what the topic is right now?
Yes.
That was the topic, and you guys all got.
I just roll with it.
Because obviously the worst arc, I mentioned my worst arc first, and everybody got triggered by me mentioning Black Clover.
All right, yeah. David, you go.
I'm ready. You're gonna hate me. I'm gonna have to say the Soul Society arc.
No, it's fine. I mean, I don't think it's worth being on the shitty arc list. I think it's a very average.
It's the most boring arc. Is the true topic.
You know, you're not gonna get hate from me. You're gonna get hate from everyone else. You're gonna get hate from the world. That's what you're gonna get hate from.
Can we kick him from the chat?
Fuck the world.
See,
it's just a really.
I'll say my thing afterwards.
It's really, really, really poorly executed arc that they could have fleshed out so much more, and it would have made the ending a lot less potentially made the ending a lot less rushed character-wise. But they chose to back end all of that and then fail miserably near the end of the fucking series. They could have fleshed out a lot of character development in that arc alone.
Yeah. Kubo had an issue with, like, procrastination in writing, where, like, a lot of, like, the big plot, like, at things that should have been slowly given throughout the series.
Exactly.
Were, like, yeah. But no, here's my thing. What I've always said about the Soul Society arc is I don't get why it's so loved, because to me, it's a very generic rescue arc. You know, like, you got Ichigo. Here's my thing, right? There's also a problem I have with Bleach in general is that Ichigo will go from being the strength of, like, a grunt to, like, being able to fight a captain in, like, a week. It's weird. Like, I don't like it. That puts a bad taste in my mouth, you know? So there was just kind of, like, just the absurdity of Ichigo going in, now I'm fighting a lieutenant, now I'm fighting a captain, now I'm fighting an even better captain. Like,
and now I'm getting my ass fodderized, and then I go back and I fight that captain again.
Yeah. So, like, I just think it's an overrated arc. I don't think it's bad. I think there are aspects of it that are very fun. I remember watching it originally. It was very fun. But I have the very rare opinion of liking the very beginning of Bleach a lot more than the Soul Society arc. I much preferred the Substitute Shinigami arc, where he's just going around, fighting hollows, going to school. I thought that was honestly, where Bleach really unique. It had its own feeling and personality. And
it went from... And I think it was Super Eye Patch Wolf. It went from being this really, really quirky slice of life to being Yu Yu Hakusho Part 2.
Yeah, it kind of had its own thing. Like, I really enjoyed what it was doing. And because what Kubo was doing in the very beginning of that series was, like every like, arc would be, like, every, like, little mini chunk of that original arc would be, like, establishing, like, his classmates' characters. So there'd be, like, an arc with a Hollow attacking Orihime, and then you learn more about her and her past through that stuff, and then
I reject.
Yeah, so I liked that, and I thought it was great. And I think Kubo. My theory is that Kubo wrote himself into a corner, right? Because you have the chunk of the chapter where Ichigo, remember he, like, drives back on Manos Grande, which at that point was, like, the uber biggest. Most deadly hollow, remember? Like, that was like the best of the best hollow wise. But at that point, it's like, oh shit, all we can do is introduce Soul Reapers now, you know. And then it kind of just became like your standard Kubo didn't really do anything unique with the formula, right? Like, if you're going to have the formula, the shonen formula, you got to do unique stuff with it. Like My Hero Academia does, like Hunter x Hunter does, like One Piece does, or do something unique. But
and even, certain aspects of Black Clover have some redeeming qualities in twisting the formula slightly.
And I gotta be honest, one of the only things that kept me reading Bleach was the concept of the Zanpakuto. I loved that concept. I thought it was I don't remember who worded this. I don't remember who said this, but I think it's best worded in Kubo is a shitty writer that got lucky and stumbled upon a genius idea. Bleach is what happens when a shitty writer shock. Genius idea, because like I like Zanpakuto. I love the idea of that. I love Bankai, Shikai. I love the idea of that, training. You don't train physically to get stronger in Bleach. You actually meditate and communicate with your Zanpakuto sphere. I like that idea. That's a cool idea. And a lot of the characters I love too. But I gotta be honest, I enjoyed the shit with the Vizards and the Arankars. My favorite part of Bleach is the whole shit with Arankars, Vizards. I thought that was cool.
That's why you're voicing Shinji in Retro Rhino's project.
Yeah. I still technically have that role. I don't know if I'll keep it because, again, the more popular he gets, the more talent he gets. But we'll see. It's technically still listed under me. But
yeah, I saw that. I'm like, holy shit, he's still got it.
I know. But what I will say though is that I liked the concept of you have two opposing existences, Hollow and Shinigami. And the way to get stronger is to meld the two. Break the walls that separate the two. I thought that was a clever concept.
So or you just become a living Deus Ex Machina like Ichigo.
Right. Well, exactly. And
that becomes a weirder point, though.
Ooh, hold on. One more thing. Just let me finish my thought, and then I'll get to you. So, my thing was, I really enjoyed the concept of Vizards and Arankars, and I thought that was a cool thing, and that concept always really fascinated me. So my favorite chunk of Bleach will always be the beginning, and then I enjoyed the Arankar eyes and shit, honestly. And I know it's a very rare opinion, but it is what I like. And go ahead, Swan.
Like when you mentioned the opposing existences of Shinigami and Hollow, it obviously got really weird when they're like, oh no, but Quincy's and Hollows, they kill each other's souls.
Hollows are poisonous to Quincy's, apparently.
Which then makes you think, wait a minute, I thought Shinigami and Hollows were supposed to be the opposing existences.
Yeah, just kind of threw a weird triangle, trifecta.
But we got Quincy's, and since this arc's all about Quincy's, and Hollows are poison to Quincy's. Wait a second, doesn't our main character and some of these new captains and lieutenants have, hollow powers?
Exactly.
Don't see those ever again.
They'll never use them though. Let's see. Shitty arcs in manga. What do I got? Well, I have two, say. Number one is Death Note, everything after L died.
That's a fairly popular opinion.
I'm sorry.
Wait, there's more after L died?
Yeah.
That's when most people drop the manga. Or the anime.
Where I dropped the anime.
David, why is your Death Note all-in-one edition much thinner than mine? Just cut out the bottom half there.
Might buy another one just to do that.
That'd be hilarious. It just ends with, Light killing L.
And then it feels natural, and then it's not forced at all for those last 20-some chapters, or however many there are.
No, it was actually a lot more than that. It was a good 40% of the series was after L died, man.
Wow, I must have really blocked a lot of that out of my mind.
Yeah, you did. Because here's the thing, if you go to the part where L died and you're all in one section, it's only a little bit over half.
This pains me. I know, right?
Yeah. But then, and then my other one is I hate everything with this involving the Sound 5 in the original Naruto. You remember
everything?
Yeah, well, except for Kidomaru, or however the fuck you say his name, the bone guy. He was the one good part of that, but everything else,
Kimimaru.
The arc was them chasing these really cringy characters through the woods. I hated all of them. Flute Girl, the Spider Dude, they were all just weird. I didn't like the designs, I didn't like the powers, I didn't like the personalities. It was them.
The Spider Dude is Kidomaru.
Oh no, who was the fucking bone guy?
Kimimaru.
Those fucking names, dude. Okay, yeah. No, he was so that arc, I'm talking from when Sasuke went with them, and he got put in the little jar thing, and they chased him through the woods, and they had this then they had their fights, right? until finally the Bone guy came out and fought Rock Lee and Gaara. That is where it got good. That chunk in between was one of the most boring things I've ever seen. I don't know. I just hate the Sound 5. I think they're a horrible character.
Oh my god.
Thoughts?
I kind of agree with you there.
I just thought they were boring because you had, okay, it was like some spider dude, the flute girl, the weird, like, two-faced guy. He looked like a fucking, like, goblin or some shit. And then the fat dude that Choji fought.
I think it was like Jirobu, Sakon Ukan, Tayuya, Kidomaru, and Kimimaru. I'm
impressed that you remember their names.
Unlike Noble, I love Naruto.
I mean, Naruto's like a...
Why do you think I'm still reading Black Clover?
Naruto's like a 6.5 to 7. If I was to rate the whole series, it's up there.
Well, you, sir, have a crappy opinion.
Or a solid 2, maybe.
No, dude. Chris,
so, L dies right about here.
Oh, yeah. Are you fucking... Didn't I tell you? Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna let me click live. I gotta see this. Okay. And click. Yeah. Did you? Yeah. See. Okay. So. Yeah. See, it's like about half, isn't it?
Yeah. I blocked quite a bit out of my mind, didn't I?
It's because they just really tried to. It got weird. Like it stopped being about like strategy. There was strategy, but it was like a lot more action oriented. It was a lot more. The new characters were all like the characters weren't characters anymore. They were tropes. Like they had their thing. There was like, I'm the guy that eats chocolate. That's my entire character. I chocolate menace, and I play with finger puppets, and I say delete. Like that was their. I don't know how an author can go from writing a perfect. Actually, I do. I do know how. I bet you he had the original plan, and it was L wins, light wins, L dies, and it was supposed to end there. And they were like, but it's popular though, money. And then he kept going. I bet you that's what happened.
Oh, yeah. More than likely.
Because how do you go from perfect writing to that? It's weird.
Wow.
What's up?
49 chapters after L dies.
Yeah, and then there's
49 chapters after L dies.
See?
Like, I actually counted it out.
Yeah, see, I did too. I thought it was only like a bit, and then I was like, oh no.
Delete, you say?
I mean, 20 chapters would have been reasonable, but no, 49.
Yeah.
Like, that's like a much higher number than Noble's opinion.
Nice, David. Delete. I'm seeing the WWE delete.
Speaking of Noble's opinion, are we ready to hear mine?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Alright, so...
Just happen to have that
first
saved.
and foremost, you might want to get your cringe radar ready.
Uh-oh.
So, first and foremost, the entire second half of... Why can't I think of the name of it now? Tokyo Ghoul. The entire second half of it.
Now, are we talking manga, anime? What?
Both.
Okay, are we talking or are we talking, traditional Tokyo Ghoul?
Not traditional. I didn't even get a chance to read traditional.
Okay, so fuck
Is bad? I've heard is good.
Re
is terrible.
Really?
It's different. It takes on the more...
Traditional is okay, but even then, it's still subpar. I'd still give the second half of it like a 5 out of 10.
Huh.
It dips into the more policing aspect of the ghouls in general, and it gets really weird.
It's authoritarian. It's exactly what you would love most, Red. It's your favorite thing in the world.
Politics.
Sorry, what? Whoa, what is it? Oh, politics?
Authoritarian. It's literally policing and control.
How's that my favorite thing in the world?
Like regulation. It was sarcasm, but that's okay. Moving on.
If it was about rebellion, it'd be more up Red's alley.
You know,
it really takes that fucking policing aspect to the nth degree.
No, well, I'm sorry, I'm an idiot. I'll just put that out there. I'm not smart.
And my second, not least favorite arc would be the Parasite Maximum pregnancy arc.
I watched a bit of the anime for Parasite. I'm trying to... Which part?
When they were dealing with trying to reproduce.
Oh. I don't know if I got that far. I never finished. I wanted to finish that series, but I never did.
Basically, it was a parasite carrying a human baby and couldn't figure out whether to get rid of it or keep it or what they were going to do.
Oh, I mean, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
It was so convoluted. I couldn't follow it anymore. I was like, this is kind of crap. I
remember... The part I always remember of Parasite is when he was losing his emotions and he's just like, oh, look, a dead dog. I'm just going to throw it in the trash.
Right? Yeah, that whole arc in fucking, inside of Parasite, it dabbled into the boring, mundane bullshit. And, again...
It was super convoluted.
It was like, what were they even trying to accomplish here? There's plot here, but it's so poorly executed that it feels like it was forced. And when you start forcing plot, you start getting into the Black Clover, fairy tale, bullshit of like, how can we sell more copies? It begins becoming more that paycheck over the passion that you had in the beginning.
I also have a third runner up as well.
I'm going to throw it out here. The entire beginning of Dragon Ball Super.
Well, I mean, are you talking about the movie recaps?
If you're going to
recap
talking
about
movie,
the entire first 40 episodes, yeah, I'll give you that because of the fact that the movies are out.
It was exactly. It was just movie recaps, and you could just go watch the better
exactly.
version.
It was pointless.
I mean, they did expose a little additional on top of it, but not much.
But not enough to warrant 40 episodes and 16 chapters.
It didn't help that it was, like, real shittily anime, too.
That as well. There was no need for those, like, 40 episodes, 16 chapters, when those canonical sources were already out there for the public to actually view.
Yeah, it should have just been like, hey, go watch those. Like, it's not that. It's like they were.
It could have been a 12-episode recap, literally.
It could.
It was like they were worried that people wouldn't get it. Like, why not just fucking at the beginning of the first episode, like, hey, go watch these things and then watch this.
Pretty much. And if you're a true Dragon Ball fan,
even if they put the filler between the two, say, hey, here's the first movie. This is where we're picking it up from. Watch this after these episodes, this order.
Yeah. And especially if you're
not unheard of for anime to do that.
If you were a true Dragon Ball fan, you were sitting there in the theater, or you were sitting there at home watching those beforehand. I actually fucking dipped out of class to go see Battle of the Gods.
Nice.
And Resurrection F, so I could fucking go see them because
I streamed both at work, so it was cool.
I still haven't seen Resurrection F. I only saw Battle of the Gods.
Resurrection F about how like one of the best movies.
I heard it was good, but then they did like one of those like rewind everything, no consequences.
Yes and no. Honestly, it's still worth watching.
It's Dragon Ball. Of course, there's no real consequences.
Yeah.
And then the trigger people in the comments in 3, 2, 1.
It's a shitty series. Go watch something that makes you fucking use your brain.
Okay, so we've got. Okay, time for a little bit of
watch everything in Death Note until you get to the last part.
Watch Death Note until spoiler. If you haven't watched Death Note, shit. Watch Death Note until something happens. Stop.
L dies. Fuck you. It's been out for so many years.
Doesn't matter, man. Like fucking all the things.
The internet rule for spoilers is a fucking month.
Yeah, but like. That makes no sense though. Like you realize that like there are so many things out there. There's a bunch of things that are like 20 years old that you probably have never watched that one day you might watch. You should still be courteous.
You know what? I know we're talking about bad arcs, but can we talk about something that's missing? An arc that needs to happen? Death Parade.
Sure.
What did you say? I missed it.
Death Parade needs an arc. It needs a second arc. It's so good.
Death Parade, yeah.
Is the manga? Was it a manga? Because I bet you the manga. If the anime's over, I bet you the manga's. That's how it usually goes.
Here's an arc that needs to happen. we need some after the universe tournament. We do need a new arc in Dragon Ball Super to tie up loose ends.
Well, here's the problem. It's not. There's no like. It's not going to be ending like permanently. They're probably just going on hiatus to like think.
It's hiatus until the movie's done, and then they're going to do another arc. It's already been confirmed.
Has it though?
So hiatus movie, and then recap the movie.
Probably.
You know what?
Guys, we can get 4 episodes out of this.
You know what?
What's up, David?
There, live edit.
Well,
again.
Check now.
Can we talk about how disappointed everyone was when Gohan got knocked out?
Oh, right. He needs to have like he was so cool during Cell.
There we go.
You know, David, I feel like there's probably a way that you could actually like green screen that to make it so he just like actually walks out.
Oh, I'm sure there is. So I guess a little bit of a David's gushing corner here. I'm a huge THQ fan. And now THQ has acquired Koch Media, which actually owns Deep Silver. So pretty much THQ now has every property. The THQ Nordic now basically has every property they sold off when the original THQ disbanded and went under bankruptcy. So now we will have a decent Saints Row game again.
Saints Row has been crap for a while.
Well, it's been Deep Silver. We won't have no more Agents of Mayhem bullshit. We won't have any more bullshit superpowers. You know, although the superpowers were fucking fun. But now they have almost everything. The only licenses, if I'm not mistaken, that they no longer have are the Nickelodeon licenses, which who gives a fuck?
Nickelodeon, Gak.
And they no longer have the WWE license.
Oh yeah, THQ used to make like the SpongeBob games and shit, didn't they?
Yep. So out of everything, THQ Nordic now basically owns their entire catalog again. So it's just a tale of perseverance.
Didn't THQ used to make the WWE games as well?
Yeah, they used to make the WWE games up until WWE 13. CM Punk was on the cover.
I honestly remember having a lot more fun with the old ones. Is that just me?
Yeah, the new...
Oh, that's the WWF games with the Stone Cold Stunner.
Oh, yeah, and they no longer own
SmackDown vs. Raw 2007 was the one that I played the most, I think.
I forgot they also no longer own the EA... the UFC games. EA does, and they suck now.
Huh.
But, yeah.
Oh, yeah, so you gotta pay, like, what, $20 a month to keep playing it?
But let me put it this way. I played the beta for UFC 3, the new one with McGregor on the cover. And in the beta, you could see the microtransactions present. And I'm like, nah, we're done here. I'm not paying for microtransactions to get skill points.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just a little bit of my gushing corner. I might visit that a little more in depth in an Azazel's Den video. Top 3 quotes.
So our top 3 quotes, huh?
Yeah. Blame Thurman for this one.
I mean, that's not a bad one. I like the good quotes. Just from anything, not just fiction?
Just from anything.
Alright, you guys go first. I gotta think of that.
I'm still thinking Noble. Do you got anything?
I can give my quotes that I say at work all the time.
They did say anything.
Do tell.
So, the quotes that I'm actually famous for at work now that everybody now has started saying go as follows. From least popular to most popular, number 3. Just go ahead and run me over. I've lived a good life.
That almost sounds like a Chris quote, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Anytime I have
that does sound like a Chris quote.
I'm just like, run me over. I've lived a good life.
Except, I don't think Chris would admit that. I don't think Chris would say he lived a good life, though. That's too optimistic for him.
Oh, I do agree there, actually.
And that kind of sad that we're mentioning that.
No, dude. Chris has said this multiple times. He's all about self-deprecating
humor.
He also tells us multiple times never go easy on him when roasting. He wants us. He encouraged us to make fun of a recent tragedy in his family. That's how fucking like crazy he is about like roasting. I was like, dude, no.
Can I continue?
Yes.
Yes.
Number 2, that's what she said. And that has been going around a lot.
Wow, what are you, from like 2005?
Literally unloading a trailer. It won't fit. That's what she said. It's too big. That's what she said. It literally is nonstop.
Oh my god. Wow. Alrighty then. I can't wait.
Everything is all wet. That's what she said.
I can't wait to know what the number 1 could possibly be. Tell me number 1, Noble.
And number 1. If I die, I die.
Noble, you're fucking stupid sometimes.
I was so expecting something more epic.
That was so underwhelming. You like made my dick. You
took the wind out of everybody's sails.
You softened.
Literally, I'll say that as I'm walking out there to a manager, like literally someone that runs a store could fire me on the spot. I'll be pushing out a broken card that looks like it's about to fall apart, and they're like, "Are you really taking that out to the floor?" And I'm like, "If I die, I die."
Wow, you know. David, can you make that less shit, please? Thank you.
What? Oh, save the topic?
Go do yours. Also, your number 3 was your best one, honestly.
1 second, I gotta find the picture for this last one. Okay, I know I saved this fucking picture.
Struggle. Chris, have you thought of any?
Nothing really, no. There's really, I haven't really been a whole lot that like I can really remember. Although I do have something to say based on Noble's thing where he goes up to his boss and says, "What was it? If I die."
If I die, I die.
Like I once told my boss that like I got in trouble once for apparently I'm rude at work or something, and I got wrote up for it. I told my boss like, "Oh, I wonder how they figured that one out. I'm naturally a rude person."
Oh, well, actually, I do have one more. It's kind of like a runner-up I was going to use, but I don't know if I should.
Go for it.
Is it better than your number 1?
Yes, it is. I think so. Maybe.
Go for it while I find this other one.
Anytime a customer asks me where something is, I'll literally turn to them and say it's a scavenger hunt.
For real?
That is awesome.
Like, legitimately, I'll be like, it's a scavenger hunt. Let's go find it.
That's actually kind of charming.
I
so wish I could say that.
All right, here I have one of my favorite quotes. I've said it multiple times, but it's got to be said. It's part of the war speech from Doctor Who, and he's just kind of talking about the pointlessness of war. And he says, every war ever fought, because it's always the same. When you fire that first shot, no matter how right you feel, you have no idea who's going to die. You have no idea whose children are going to scream and burn, how many hearts will be broken, how many lives shattered, how much blood will spill until everyone does what they were always going to have to do from the very beginning, sit down and talk. Because to me, it's just like every war always ends with a negotiation. So if only in some sort of dream world, if only we could just skip to the negotiation part, wouldn't that be nice? That's what made me think of.
That is a good one, actually. I had to re-download from the cloud.
Way better than any of mine.
Let me look up another. I got a couple more. Chris, I think you could probably think of at least one. Just think of like a fictional quote, like a quote from fiction you like, Chris.
Well, like I'm looking for a specific one from Death Battle, actually, but I don't remember where I remember hearing it. Like,
do you feel lucky, Punk? Well, do you?
I don't even think that was the right quote. That's just that's like its common portrayal, I guess, but I don't think that was actually it.
Okay, so.
But now, like the quote I'm looking for has to do something like with pushing like the limits of insanity or something like that, and it's like me, I just said it.
And we're going to browse for that one.
I just don't remember what fight it was.
So I've got mine.
Go ahead.
So coming up on the live edit, this is the final speech from Epsilon, aka Church, in Red vs. Blue. There's so many stories where some brave hero.
I'm gonna cry.
Oh no.
Where some brave hero decided to get their life to save the day, and because of their sacrifice, the good guys win, the survivors cheer, and everybody lives happily ever after. But the hero never gets to see that ending. They'll never know if their sacrifice actually made a difference. They'll never know if the day was really saved. In the end, they just have to have faith. Ain't that a bitch?
Wow.
Yeah. And then...
Shit. Good.
That's so sad.
Oh, Chris.
It really is. Over the entire series, Church was kind of the asshole. But an endearing asshole. And then to see him basically sacrifice himself to save everyone else, it was really, really, really just the greatest character turn in the entire series. And it proves that Rooster Teeth does know how to write a fucking character.
Right? I wonder if their writing teams are different from, like, like show to show, I wonder.
Probably is.
I feel like mentioning number 17 and his little final quick speech before he,
He blew himself up. It's been 2 weeks.
Damn.
Sad face.
Sad face indeed.
Here's another one from Red vs. Blue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I was just looking through Doctor Who quotes. There's so many good ones. I think you guys will appreciate this.
Yeah.
There was to give you context, they were on the plot of this episode was that like every 5 years or so, like everyone would have their memory wiped, and then something would happen or whatever. And so he says, once every 5 years, everyone chooses to forget what they've learned. Democracy in action.
Ouch.
Oh, the doctor, so good.
So this quote is when he's talking about his love for Tex. What I've learned is that great love is a lot like a good memory. When it's there and you know it's there, but it's just out of your reach, it can be all that you think about. And you can focus on it, try to force it, but the more you do, the more you seem to push it away. But if you're patient and you hold still, well maybe, just maybe, it'll come to you.
Wow.
Doo-doo-doo.
See here, let me find the one there was
I do have one from fiction that I kind of like.
Ooh, do tell. Tell me.
Coming up here in just a second.
Okay. Well, there's always the real good one because it kind of speaks to like how important education is in the world. You want weapons? We're in a library. Books, best weapons in the world. That's from the Doctor. Because I'm just going through a list right now. Oh, this one.
All right, are we ready?
One more from me. This is one from the 10th Doctor where he says, because someone's sad about someone dying, like real young, and he said, some people live more in 20 years than others live in 80 years. It's not the time that matters; it's the person.
That is actually really true.
Very true. Very true. All right, go ahead, Noble.
All right, give me 1 second.
You fucking said you were ready. All right, cool.
Sorry, I was getting food ready since you had me wait.
My bad. I'm so well. I said it was just gonna be like a second. You ready now, man, or do I need to keep talking?
All right, I'm ready.
Yeah,
ready?
found it.
All right, go ahead, Noble.
All right, I've been thinking. When life gives you lemons, Don't make lemonade. Make life take the lemons back. Get mad. I don't want your damn lemons. What am I supposed to do with these? Demand to see life's manager. Make life rue the day it thought it could give Cave Johnson lemons. You know who I am? I'm the man who's going to burn your house down with the lemons. I'm going to get my engineers to invent combustible lemons that'll burn your house down.
Yes. Portal 2, Cave Johnson, best.
You're welcome.
Oh my gosh. David, do you remember that shit?
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to go there. Holy shit.
It took me a second at first to remember what that was from. And
right.
then once he said Cave Johnson, I was like, oh, right.
Portal 2.
All of his quotes are good.
It's so good.
And, of course, I can't go on an episode without dick riding Lelouch.
See, if you're allowed to dick ride Lelouch, I'm allowed to dick ride Hunter x Hunter, right?
So, the world cannot be changed by pretty words alone.
Yeah.
Best quote. Best quote.
Very true. There's this one's pretty simple, but one that I always go back to from Hunter x Hunter is one of the first things Kurapika even says in the series, where he says, "I do not fear death. I only fear that my rage will fade over time." Like, he's so, he's because I love that, like, he's set up as a Sasuke type character, and then he really flips that stereotype.
He makes the Sasuke character actually good.
Yeah, and then one last one I'm going to bring up.
That can happen.
Right? Watch Hunter x Hunter, Chris. You'll see. Let me see. There is a quote from everyone's favorite troll, Sosuke motherfucking Aizen. You got to add the motherfucking in the middle, right?
I thought it was Josh Groban.
There's a lot of good ones, right? Like, here's a quote from Aizen. Laws only exist for those who cannot live without clinging to them.
Wow. Way to go, Rebellious Red.
Right, yeah. Well, I mean, he's like the I want to be a god type character, but, like, I think my favorite one from Aizen, and I'm trying to fucking find it. Yeah, here it is. My favorite one from Aizen, because it's just very true. Admiration is the furthest thing from understanding. And what this means is, like, when you're, like, fanboying over a person, someone's, like, your idol, right? And then you meet them, and they're entirely different than you ever expected. Because admiring someone is not even close to fully understanding someone. And I like it because the context he uses this quote in is when he attempts to kill, he tries to kill Momo, who was, like, someone who, like, really, really loved him. And and they're like, how could you kill Momo? She loved you. She looked up to you. And he's just like, let me tell you this. Admiration is the furthest thing from understanding. So basically saying, like, I killed her because she may have loved me, but she didn't know who I really was. She never even made an attempt to know who I really was. And I was like, oh, good shit. As the fellow Bleach fan here, David, and Chris, I guess, so thoughts on that?
Aizen was one of the most well-written characters in the beginning, and then his fucking shit went completely down.
Aizen was always a fun character. I mean, like, even when the series went to shit, like, when he showed up, it was fun.
Yeah, because he trolled everybody.
Like, him in the Quincy arc, he had a real small part, but when he was there, it was good.
It was glorious when he was there.
You could almost say that Aizen was Kubo's noble.
I feel like Aizen was just a self-insert from Kubo. Like, that was just him in his own story.
If you actually look at Kubo's Twitter and any of his social media in general, and he is literally Aizen.
Glory.
I still feel Aizen and Noble should fight each other and see who is the bigger troll.
Oh, you mean Aizen Discord?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you're
yeah.
not talking about Aizen?
Wait. Chris doesn't know that Aizen.
Oh, okay. I was very confused why he was. Yeah, we're actually talking about. There's a guy named Aizen in one of our servers that is actually a troll. I was confused for a second.
Oh no, I'm talking about Sosuke Aizen and Noble, because Noble's a pretty big troll too.
Fictional character Aizen.
Well, I mean, Aizen in the Discord is pretty much the...
Noble could out troll Aizen.
Yeah, Aizen in the Discord is an actual real life troll that he could totally. I'd love to see him fight as well. Actually,
I shut Aizen down.
I don't know if I can out troll people. In fact, I'm not really that much of a troll, to be honest.
Oh yeah,
Humble.
Modesty.
But I shut Aizen down.
That's what we love about you.
He stopped replying after that last one. He's just like going back away very slowly.
Oof. Awkward.
We need to change your name from like whatever, like from God Tier Azazel to Troll Slayer Azazel.
Nah.
Trolls.
Like Azazel Trollbane or something.
Is David trolling?
It's kind of a
slaying or slay trolling or something. I don't know. I don't know where we're going with this.
So, any final topics? We're hitting the 2-hour mark here. We should probably start wrapping it up.
We can save the lantern for later.
Lantern?
The Green Lantern, favorite lantern color for next time.
I mean, if you can do it in under 10 minutes, if there's
because...
How about a glorious plug to Noble's great new show, Cooking Under the Apron with Noble.
If it ever happens.
Still waiting on that pilot.
Not only is it coming, it's coming soon.
He's got to light the pilot.
Not only is it coming, he's coming.
Under the Apron. With Noble.
That would be the fucking trailer.
So, I take it you need a timestamp for that one?
Sure.
That is 1:55.
Good to know. Yeah, maybe I can take a clip from that and make him a trailer for his show. Maybe if I have the time. God, but no. Explain the show, Noble, for if it ever fucking happens, so people know what it is.
I will be cooking in an apron.
Nerd related food, correctly? Isn't it nerd-based food?
I might just cook things, like nuggets.
Semi-nerdy, please. That was what.
Well, if he's gonna include Thurman, it's gonna have to be semi-nerdy.
Well, hold on, Noble. That was like the part of that I was actually interested in.
Yes, it will be nerdy. I'm just being facetious. I don't understand.
Me, you never know with you, man.
It's very, very hard to tell with you, Noble, where the trolling personality begins and where it ends.
Yeah.
I don't.
Which one is anti-noble?
Who lied to you?
Well, there was an anti-noble in here.
Oh gosh.
Who knows where that begins?
No.
Was I summoned?
Oh, it's just. Gosh, why? It's not even funny. It's so not funny.
Because I love you.
Mm-mm. Anyway, is there anything else to talk about before we leave?
Okay, so a little bit on something that we've touched on in the past on quite a few videos, and I'm just going to reiterate it here. Red and I have decided that Let's Plays, the traditional form Let's Plays, will be more focused on the Twitch and the eventual second channel.
Yep.
There might be some roleplay videos here and there, in-game, shit like that, if we can find, the time or the actual, kind of market for them.
We noticed, what he's saying is we noticed that those got 0 views, so clearly our subscribers are not here for Let's Play, so we're kind of phasing those up.
Yeah, so once the Life is Strange series wraps up and the Telltale Batman series wraps up, those will be deemed legacy in the playlist, and meaning that they're no longer being utilized. So yeah, there's that. Also, if Thurman gets off his lazy fucking ass to watch the rest of Mucha Lucha, we'll have that.
He was implying to me that he was basically done. Have you asked him lately?
I told him to DM me when he was done so we can start writing the fucking script.
Or maybe ask him then. He told me last time they only had, I checked a week ago and he said he had, I don't know, 2 or 3 episodes left. He's probably lying, but you never know.
Does happen a lot. My audio will get better.
I mean, at least he has a job. That is progression.
That is a slight progression on this little really, really fucking high bell curve. So he was here. Job makes him up here, and then all the way up here is actually doing what he says he's doing.
Come on and slam, and welcome to the jam.
But yeah, that's an episode, I think.
All right, Chris, Noble, say goodbye, I guess. Do your fucking...
One more thing, real quick, before you take off. Something me and Chris have been planning is a series with us playing D&D, so that may be coming soon.
Oh,
we're still working on it.
Please, I'm assuming would we somehow do it through Roll20?
Yes, I'm actually getting everything set up for that.
Okay,
are you that'll be interesting.
Because that would be cool. Are you a good DM?
Yes, and yes, I will be DMing, and yes, I am setting everything up for it. But it won't happen until I make my move, so we won't be able to film the first episode for at least 3 weeks.
Yeah, that would be a lot of anyway, so expect that way later.
That'll be probably around May, when I have free time, because I want to be in on this shit.
And we'll
make it work. And like that's something that's coming.
And whenever we have our characters and it's like a well-established thing, I can get a commission. I can get art from Mutena of all our characters.
Like, if you want, I could probably send you guys like a link to to a character builder, so because it actually would show up as an actual character sheet that you can then email to.
I'm assuming it's OrcPub.
No, actually, it's not. I went to a D&D Beyond, and it's like a very intuitive. It's got more sources than OrcPub has at the moment. So it's got like all like the base content from like the player's handbook and whatnot, and I think it's also got some of the newer books out too.
But yes, we will have some shenanigans coming from that, and I may even invite Anti-Noble to.
And I double checked before I sent it to Noble,
is our ag goblin.
Can Anti-Noble just be like one of the final bosses of the campaign? Maybe. Like you just self-insert yourself into the fucking campaign.
No, a little bit of a fourth wall break there.
Yeah. Like, what would your powers be? What would Anti-Noble the D&D character powers be?
Screech.
He's a level 58 Death Knight.
He's a level 23 Evil Bard.
That Screech better be in character and screaming. I mean, like some death metal type screaming.
That would be kind of cool.
Well, anyway, I suppose ending this off here. Any final words from anyone?
Sponsor us.
Good.
Taka.
Sponsor us. I wonder what like the min. I think I remember from watching Tekking's channel grow from like nothing. I think he first started talking about getting contacted by networks at around what was he at, like somewhere between 1,000 and 5,000 subscribers, where he started talking about like networks contacting him, like smaller networks. But again, like I don't even think we'd want to. You got to be careful with networks. You don't want to like sign off to something and then like, and now you can't do anything.
Yeah, we don't want to become Smosh 2.0. But yeah, anyway, that's my little running joke. Thurman's would be the non-existent Patreon. But yeah, I think that's a good episode for this week. Now, before we end off, are we going to actually do the Asa Kirito death battle, or are we just going to?
We're gonna do it. I think we should probably wait until Thurman's fucking audio.
That's what I was thinking. I figure we should just feature that in here in this episode before.
Do you guys want to revisit it?
Revisit what? What are you talking about? Hasn't happened yet. You can't revisit something.
We're more afraid that Thurman's audio, judging on the last two shoots, has been so awful.
Once I make my move, I will bring him over and he will use my internet. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, so that'll be more like 3 weeks from now. So,
but for this week, what I'd like to do. This is what I want to set up. I will get on. Not you, Chris, but like Chris Velasquez. I will get on him. I want a Chris versus Noble death. That's what I want. I think it's time.
I think it is.
Yes,
time.
More blood.
That would be because I mean, like both of you, because Noble goes in hard. Chris, I know would go in hard. Seen it with Link Yang. This could be fucking bloody.
I want this to be a thing. So that'll be our next death battle. Chris versus Noble. We don't know.
I'm gonna get Chris. And so Noble. Next time you see Chris online, try to like get into a conversation with him about like who you guys could debate. Because I know Noble. You said you wanted to do another one, didn't you?
Always.
Good. So talk to Chris about that. We'll try to get that going, and then eventually, whenever fucking Thurman gets his audio, we'll do the fated blood match of the century. Kirito Asta.
The fated blood match. Okay.
I still think that needs to that's the video that you have to end by you get your second Black Clover volume so you can end that video by burning it. Don't you think? Like, if there's any time we're gonna burn a Black Clover volume, it should.
Oh yeah. So
and I want
if there's like any time you guys are going to like desecrate a manga, it's either gonna be this or the Death Note thing.
You know, yeah. Okay, David. Here's what we're gonna do. Film that, right? But that's the week where you should head over to my property at some point when my parents aren't here, and then we can go out into like the back. We have a fire pit. We have a legit fire pit, and we could stick that Black Clover volume on a stick and like roast it like a marshmallow over a fire. I want it to be as torturous as possible, like a page at a time, bending it, like just like teasing it, kind of like edging, but with like fire. We're gonna make it.
All right, calm down there, Satan.
We're gonna make it like a long, drawn out death. And I want Thurman to watch it.
So now this Kirito Asta has just become a series. I want him to troll my Kirito aspect just as bad as I'm going to troll his fucking Black Clover Asta bullshit.
I almost want to send him some Sword Art Online merch to burn.
Do it! I want this to be like this faded like grudge match. I'm going to torture your OC. You're going to torture mine. I'm going to
mid-season finale.
Yeah.
This is now going to be the greatest fucking death battle ever.
Slotted for episode 6, mid-season finale.
This is gonna be so hyped. Like, it's gonna be very disappointing if it doesn't. Like,
you guys have to. If we film it and you guys don't want to kill each other, like if you don't get to the point where you want to kill each other, we have to refilm it. You realize that. You need to. If we have to, I will get David drunk if I have to. I will get Thurman drunk.
That's the fucking kicker. I'm always drunk.
Perfect. We will make it hype. We will not hype something up and release it if it's not hype.
Red, are we drugging them when they do this battle then?
Only if they consent.
Sheesh. Do it! Might as well split up into 3 videos.
Live stream. Welcome to the live stream where David Thurman argued death battle for an entire 12 hours.
No, listen here, you little motherfucker! My character's better than yours! Nah!
Yes! Oh my gosh, please.
Cocaine, it's a hell of a drug.
A hell of a drug. Anyway, good shit. We should probably end this off.
Yep. Until next time, peace.
Peace out, everyone.